This is the Cliff Yates Show. Personal growth, motivation, inspiration, and philosophies for a great life.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Cliff Yates Show podcast. As always, you are in the right place. Embody a winning mindset today, right now, not in the future. I know that I've been talking a lot about creating an image of where you want to be in the future and start working towards that image. And then your life is going to build towards that end. And that still applies today, except for our self-image, our identity. We want that winning identity right now. As you work towards that image of where you want to get to in the future, you're going to do that with a winning mindset starting day one. Today is day one. It's very important because if you have an image off into the future of you as a winner, having a winner mindset in the future, today I'm here, a loser, a losing mindset, but I'm working towards that winning image. Now I'm on track. No, you don't want that because as you and I have been discussing, that's going to put us in a negative vibration. We are saying we are in a negative place. We're moving towards a great place, but right now we are in a negative vibration. We are in a losing mindset and we want to get out of it. No, our mindset we can change blink of an eye. Right now, today, you're a winner going forward from this point. So start embodying a winning mindset right now, today. It makes a difference on the emotion that we're feeling, which creates a vibration, which is going to cause an attraction to things, people, and circumstances in the universe who are on that vibration. You're going to attract that which you are thinking. We are what we think about all day long, and it's an exciting thing to focus on because it puts all the power with us, you, me. And I want to share all these things with you today because I know that you are someone who wants to transform into something better, more. An image in the future of yourself greater than you are today. That's not to say you might be in a great spot where you are right now, but we have to keep growing. We have to keep expanding our effectiveness, our abilities. We have to keep expanding, growing, and that's where we are today. We have a winning mindset, and I want you to make sure that you go out with that in your head. I want that to be the voice that you're hearing. You are a winner. There's no failure. There's only feedback. That's how we get better at things. And we have to be willing. When we're willing and able to learn something new, we have to have the wisdom to know, I'm going to start this new thing, and I'm going to suck at it. Oh, I'm going to be shitty because I'm starting right from the beginning. You can't walk in to an expertise in something you haven't done before. But having this foreknowledge, you're going to be willing to suck. You're going to be willing to do that because I know I'm going to get better and better, and I'm going to keep getting better at this. And then eventually you'll look back and think, wow, look where I've come from in that. See, you might be an expert over here in this, in this, and this. It's okay to add. Life is this and. Gary Vaynerchuk, someone who I follow, he says when people ask him, should I do this or should I do that? And he always says, life is and. No, you should do that and. Hey, you're already an expert in probably several different things because you have focused your life on those things. And so now you want to add other things. Why? Because we have to keep growing. Life is about growing. If we're not growing, we are dying. That is how life works. That's how it's set up. Now that we know the way it works, all we have to do is work within it. Work within the laws of nature, the laws of God. And you are going to be amazed at how your life is going to transform from where it is today to that image or images that you're going to be creating. And if you're not creating images already, start right now. Have a vision board and get those images in your head. Consciously think about them. Consciously marry those thoughts with the images with strong emotion, and then they're going to get deposited into the subconscious mind that has to accept them. They have to. Your subconscious, subjective mind has to accept it. Our conscious mind, as we've been talking about in other episodes, can reject or accept. You have a choice that you can make. The conscious mind can accept or reject. The subconscious mind cannot. It accepts whatever you put into it, whatever you command it, whatever thoughts that you put into it. It doesn't argue with you and say, wait a minute, you have a lot more going for you. You are not a loser. You're a champion. No, it goes by what you tell it is happening. Whatever you strongly imagine in your mind, in your visual mind, in the theater of your mind, your imagination is going to be accepted by your subconscious as real. I often talk about that example. The guy in the prison camp, years and years, every day he would play 18 rounds of golf in his head to the detail of every hole. And he would keep score. He gets out of prison 5, 6, 7 years later. His first round of golf is the best score that he ever had. Why? He'd already been playing in his mind, but his subconscious had no idea that that was not real. Your subconscious will take a strongly imagined image as being real. You probably have experienced this already. You heard a noise, you created an image in your head that this was something that was happening, and then it turned out not to be true. But your subconscious accepted it, and you started experiencing in your body as if it was real. Maybe you had goosebumps, or you became fearful, and it turned out your imagination had created that. Subconscious accepted it as real, and it was not real at all. All right, be careful. The images that you create in the theater of your mind. As you can see, my backdrop here is a theater. You see the theater seats because you're always creating an image in the theater of your mind. This is important because I'm going to quote Ralph Waldo Emerson. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Who you are speaks so loudly, I can hardly hear you talking." So, who you are speaks so loudly, I can hardly hear you talking. You receive, right? He's saying, I hear you. I'm receiving, I'm noise. I'm receiving. I'm hearing who you are. I'm hearing. The words doesn't matter. I can hardly hear you talking, but I hear who you are. But I can hardly hear you talking. Because you're speaking with your body language, your facial expressions, and your thoughts. You're on a frequency, a vibration that other people receive. That's who they accept as who you are. The vibration and the frequency you're on, not your words. Not so much. Words play a part, obviously. We have neuroassociations with certain words. We feel like we have an obligation to a certain neurological response to words because we've anchored those responses with words and movements. And so we tend to say certain words, and it puts us in a state, a physical state. But who you are speaks so loudly, I can hardly hear you talking. That's a message, and you know how that's true. We've talked about frequency and vibration, how someone comes into a room, and if they're at a negative frequency, a negative vibration, you are repelled by them, right? You don't want to be around them. You want to get away from them, right? Because they're not on the same frequency or vibration that you are. And it repels you. Well, people can feel the same from you, right? If that's what your thoughts are, that's what your self-image is, that's going to put you on a vibration that's not on the positive side. It's going to be on the negative side. You're going to be more attracting and attractive to people who are on that frequency, who are on that vibration. So I want you to adopt now a winning mindset. Embody that physically, emotionally, neurologically. You are a winner. I don't care what the results were yesterday, even today. Doesn't matter. Those are feedback that you're taking into consideration as you move forward. But you're a winner today. Today, you're a winner. You do things in a winning way. You have great things happen to you and for you. You anticipate the greatness that is coming your way. And at the same time, you have taken into account what could happen on a negative side so that when life happens, you're not surprised or shaken by it. You've already pre-rehearsed that this could happen. It's a possibility. And if it does, this is what's next. That's the next powerful question. What's next? We've been talking about that. Embody that question. What's next? It's going to change your focus. Instead of focusing on why did this happen? Well, why does my life? No, what's next? Focusing. Right now I'm thinking of Shackleton, that guy who he went on that expedition in the South Pole that was meant to, be a couple months. It turned out to be 2 years. They were trapped on an ice floe, right? And his initial goal was to get an expedition to the South Pole. Someone beat him to it. Immediately, he just changed his focus to what's next. And so instead of, that's already been done, okay, now I'm going to cross from one side of the Antarctica and the South Pole to the other side. I'm going to have an expedition ship here, and we're going to start here, and then we're going to have another one, and we're going to meet at a certain location. But the idea is he went to what's next. He didn't wallow in somebody's already done what I had planned to do. No, he said, what's next? That's a powerful question. No matter what happens to you in life, and life is going to happen to you. And that's the way we want it. That's why I have this here, the theater of your mind. You, as I always talk about, and this is not from me, I learned this. Make sure that you're casting yourself as the hero in your journey. You're the hero in the movie of your life. Don't cast yourself as an extra. People do that. They never see themselves in the game, in the movie, as the main player, as the hero. You want to be on that hero's journey, and you always are. And that's what makes life exciting. We're on a hero's journey. What happens on the hero's journey in a movie? If you saw a movie where the hero is doing great, and halfway through, they're doing great, and at the end, when the credits roll, they're doing great, that's a boring damn movie you would never watch. But the hero is living a good life, and then they get knocked down. Ooh, they didn't see that coming. Oh, they got knocked down. Oh, they're starting to get back up. Hey, they're getting back up on their feet after getting knocked down. They're knocked down again. I never saw that. Wow. Oh, they're starting to get back up. Oh, again. Knocked down. That's okay. That's only Act 1 and 2. Act 3, they overcome. They're victorious. They win. Happily ever after. And it's a great movie. Your life is a great movie. Cast yourself as the hero because you are the hero. And one way you can do that, starting today, is to make sure you're embodying a winning mindset. The self-image is so important because self-image really dictates our behavior. What we do is created by the self-image that we have. This has been studied by so many people. It's so obvious. It's scientific. There's no reason why we don't embody this and know it. We should know this consciously, that our self-image is so important. It drives our behavior. Maxwell Maltz was a plastic surgeon, and he repaired people's scars on their faces, right? He made their faces beautiful again. And then he began to notice that some people who repaired their face, they were beautiful, and they went out there and took on the world, and they did great things. And then he saw that other people, their face was now beautiful again, and they still walked around as if they had the scar on their face. That's how they presented themselves to the world, to other people. That's how they acted. That was their self-image, that scar. They had a mental scar that was not repaired. The facial scar physically was repaired. They were walking around with a mental scar that was not repaired, and so that's the way they carried themselves. That was their self-image, and that's why Maxwell Maltz wrote the book Psycho-Cybernetics. He found that the mind is an automatic success mechanism when you pick a destination, just like in a sailboat heading for a port. You will start to head in that direction. You will constantly be adjusting because you're going to be off course, but you will adjust until you get to where you're wanting to go. But you have to set the destination in your mind, your subconscious mind, and your automatic success mechanism will be in place, automatically steering you to that image in the future. But the self-image going forward has to be okay today. And that's what we're talking about. Read that book, Psycho-Cybernetics, because it all has to do with self-image. He started to just study the self-image because he realized that was the driver of everybody's behavior. Self-image. And if we embody a winning mindset today, and that's our self-image, that's our identity, we're a winner today. That doesn't mean bad shit's not going to happen, because believe me, it is going to happen. Challenges and troubles are going to happen. The biggest problem that people have today is they think they shouldn't have any. As you develop your empire of success, and you gain wealth, and you gain great relationships, and you are going to be gaining extra problems, extra challenges. The problem is not going to go away. They're going to get bigger. But what's going to change is your ability to handle problems. You're going to be able to handle bigger and bigger problems to the point you're going to ask the universe, bring me some more. Expand my reach, oh Lord. God, expand my reach, because I want to expand my ability to handle more. I want to be able to take on more, because that's fulfilling. When making progress towards a worthy goal, overcoming a worthy challenge, that is where the meat of life is. And I'm glad you're here, because I wanted to talk also about living this philosophy. You've got to live it, not talk about it. Now, I'm talking about it because you are interested in transformation. You're interested in getting to that next level. You're interested in getting better every day in every way. And so am I, and that's why I'm talking to you about it. Keep this in mind. Not everybody, as you get excited about your new way of thinking, your new philosophies of life, your new winning attitude that you're going to embody from this day forward, be careful not to give other people advice on these philosophies, ideas, and way of thinking, because they might not be receptive to it. People generally do not want or like unsolicited advice. But I'm going to tell you, if you live it, instead of talk about it, live your philosophy, make the transformation, make the changes, just like today. Boom, winning attitude embodying right now. People are going to feel that as you walk into the room. That's going to be the frequency and the vibration that you're going to be on. They're going to sense it. They may even inquire about, there's something different about you. What's going on with you? I mean, you seem really happy. You seem like you're joyful. I thought you were going through this thing. Oh, I am, but hey, that's not going to define who I am. I'm a winner. How are you doing that? So they may inquire. Now people are going to ask advice. Hey, or they want to, what are you doing differently? I want to know. I see a damn change in you. This happened to me 35 years ago when I went to my first Tony Robbins seminar. And I had made the changes before the seminar, of course, but I was still on the path and the journey. And my cousin, she says, I want to know what you're doing. I see it. And I told her, well, I went to Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, who's that? And then she went to Tony Robbins. She became one of those people who took out her pack of cigarettes. This is 25 years ago. Threw her cigarettes away right there and never smoked again in a day in her life. And she went on to own 2 gyms, 2 curves. And so she changed herself. Now, I guess I had a positive impact on her life. I was a positive influence. Why? Living by example. And so that's how you're going to have the biggest impact on other people, by living by example, which is what I do. Now in the podcast, I talk about it. I talk about it because I like podcasting. I like filming it. I like editing it. I like putting it on the podcast platforms. I like connecting with people. I like going live on my YouTube channel where people will connect on me. They will leave me messages. We will talk back and forth. And yes, I like it when I have a positive impact on somebody else and they let me know about it. Yeah, I guess a dopamine hit with that. It really fulfills me to know that I've had a positive impact on another person. Really, there's no greater joy. And I ask you, try it yourself. But do it with examples. Live by example. Live the philosophy, the new thoughts you're thinking, the new way you're doing things. Just live it and do it. If you ever studied Stoic philosophy like Marcus Aurelius and Meditations, right? They didn't talk Stoicism, they lived it. And as a matter of fact, some of the great teachers, they taught by living it, right? Live it by example. And then people are going to be naturally attracted to you. Well, they're not naturally attracted. They're attracted because you're on that frequency and vibration that they want to be on. Or maybe they're already on it and now they are in sync with you because they're on the same frequency. That's what you want to be on, baby. That higher frequency, the higher vibrations of life, and you're going to attract the same to you. But one thing we have to do right away, starting day one, and the one thing you can do right away on day one is embody a winning mindset. So that's the call to action today, everybody, in this episode. I'm glad you stopped by here and checked in with me. You have greatness within you, as Les Robbins would say. Yeah, Les Robbins. You have greatness within you. And you do have greatness within you, and recognize it and go forward with that winning mindset, because it's going to create a vibration in you that other people are going to feel, sense, and they're going to like it. And they may inquire, what are you doing? What are you thinking that's different than before? Because I sense it. Live the example, everybody, and you're going to be naturally attracted to those people who want to be like you or that are already on your frequency. Call to action today is embody the winning mindset now. You have the power. All right, everybody, I'll see you in the next episode. You know I love you.